welcome back to Attorney Paz's Rants of a Criminal Defense Attorney. Today I want to talk about the Connecticut Erasure Statute, when it applies, and why somebody would want to make a choice for a potential resolution that would include a dismissal, and how you can get it the fastest and the easiest. So yesterday I had a client choose amongst a few options and ultimately chose to apply for a diversionary program, BURN, what we call BURN, his AR, his Accelerated Rehabilitation Program, and then get a dismissal versus an option of a reduced charge to a creating a public disturbance, which is not a crime. It is an infraction akin to a speeding ticket. However, if you choose the creating a public disturbance option, you are not going to get that dismissal. And so the dismissal, when the Connecticut Erasure Statute applies, means that the arrest records get erased, which helps you for the future for background checks. So there's a number of types of background checks people can have, and you have to really understand or know what type of check is being run. So people can run a credit check, people can run a motor vehicle check, people can run a conviction check, people can run a arrest records check. Those are all different types of checks, and one thing may come up on one check that doesn't come up on another check. So if somebody is running a conviction check, a creating public disturbance isn't going to come up on that conviction check because it is not a crime. But if you're running an arrest records check, then the creating a public disturbance will be on there, and it will show that it was subbed down from a breach of peace. So in this case, the client was originally charged with breach of peace, which is a B misdemeanor, and it was subbed down. And so the arrest stays there until you receive a pardon for the creating a public disturbance. And then at that point, all of the records get erased. However, if you burn your accelerated rehabilitation, meaning you apply for the program, you're granted the program, you're not eligible to take the program now for another 10 years, the dismissal enters, and upon dismissal, the Connecticut Erasure Statute will apply to erase all of the arrest records. So no matter what type of check somebody is running, the arrest, the charge, the whole incident will not be there. The only record that is kept is with probation at the courthouse to show that you had applied for the program at some point in the past so that you can't reapply for it in a 10-year period. But otherwise, if your employer is running these arrest records checks, they're going to be none the wiser. If you are asked a question on an employment application, except for federal clearance, I just want to put that caveat in there, but if it's just a regular old employment application where they're asking you, have you ever been arrested for a crime, you can legally answer no because the Erasure Statute has erased that record. Now, the reason why I said the caveat is for federal applications is because this is obviously a state law, and federal law preempts state law, and so there are some issues regarding that. So if you're applying for, let's say, a job in the military for military clearance, and they're doing a federal background check, you do have to answer yes on that application, and you would be able to qualify your answer, like explain it in another section. But I do recommend to clients on federal checks to make sure they disclose it. So in this case, that's what my client chose. He wanted to be done with the case. He wanted the dismissal. This would mean that there was no monitoring period because the case was kind of silly anyway. And so the state attorney basically and the judge basically said, I'm going to grant the program and dismiss it in the same day. And so he got the dismissal immediately. He didn't have to come back to court anymore. So he was happy. And the case is over. And that is the Erasure Statute. So if you have any questions about how the Erasure Statute works, give me a ring, give me an email, or follow me for more and ask me in a comment.